You here why?
So we're trying to find someone, and you're on the phone, and you've been staring at us over there. You were standing over there staring at us on the phone, and then you came up here and you stood here, and then you were staring at us down there. What's your name, mate?
Why?
Why? I'm just asking, just having a conversation.
Do you always bother people like that?
You always bother people?
Yeah.
Not necessarily, no.
Well, I looked at you, you're gonna bother me now?
No. We're just asking.
So what are you doing?
We're just asking.
Asking what? ID and all that. What are you on about?
You seem to understand us now. Do you see where I'm coming?
Yeah. I've got like, I received like information just hit my head. English came back.
That's convenient.
Yeah, that's okay.
Do you mind taking your glasses off?
Do you want me to take my glasses off?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I just want to see you.
Welcome to Rate the Audits, the series where we shine a light on questionable policing, dissect real encounters, and push for the accountability that every citizen deserves. Today's feature comes straight from Auditing Britain. As always, be sure to check out his channel, subscribe, and give him full credit for the work he's doing. In this audit, AB heads out for something as ordinary as a quick shop at Morrison's. But what should have been an uneventful visit turns into a very different kind of story. While in the car park, he notices a group of officers gathered nearby and decides to simply observe. That's all it took, just watching, to trigger a response. The officers approach, insisting that he matches the description of someone they're after. From there, they stretch Section 3 of the Criminal Law Act in an attempt to justify a search. Not because of genuine suspicion backed by evidence, but because they didn't like the way he answered their questions. What starts as routine observation quickly slides into a textbook case of overreach. School. The encounter begins with the officers skipping over any courtesy or explanation and jumping straight to a demand, "What's your name?" No introduction, no lawful basis, just an abrupt question. When the auditor doesn't hand it over, they attempt to justify their suspicion with something remarkably weak. They claim he stared at them while walking past on the phone, and then kept glancing from a distance. That observation, nothing more than looking, is treated as enough to warrant intervention. But let's be clear, watching police in a public space is not suspicious. It's not unlawful. In fact, it's a protected right, and one that exists precisely because public oversight is central to accountability. Turning ordinary observation into a basis for police action doesn't just stretch logic, it undermines the very principles of open democracy. Matters escalate further when officers instruct the auditor to remove his sunglasses so they can see how he looks, insisting they're searching for someone. But this reasoning flips the process of policing upside down. Officers are expected to already have a clear description of a suspect before they stop a member of the public. Instead, here they approach with little more than a hunch, and then try to twist vague features to fit after the fact. And the bottom line is simple: staring is not a crime. It's not enough to trigger suspicion.
I just looked at you. And you're just doing all this. What's going on?
So you've just gone to perfect English, mate.
I told you. My brain just clicked. I lost a bit of memory.
Mate, we've already explained why we're trying to do, what we're doing, and why we're looking for something.
That's not me, man.
You've been acting a bit suspicious.
I didn't.
Looking at us.
Also, I just looked at you.
And then you walked over here and continued to just stare at us. You haven't gone into the shop or anything. It doesn't look like you've done anything. You haven't told us if you're planning to go into the shop. You haven't engaged with us at all.
Yeah.
You might understand that seems a bit suspicious. And we've asked for your ID, or your name at least, to see if you're not who we're looking for. You refuse to tell us.
So who are you looking for?
Well, you tell me who you are, and then we'll be able to...
You tell me who you're looking for, then we tell you if that's me or not.
Just tell me who you are, mate, or show me some ID.
Why do you have to show your ID?
So I can see
just because I looked at you? Well, just hide somewhere.
Do you?
And I won't look at you again.
This whole interaction a lot quicker if you just told us who you are, and we can leave and be gone.
Now I'm surrounded by 4 officers. What's going on?
When the auditor quite reasonably asks, "Who are you looking for?" the officer responds with a troubling twist. They'll explain, but only if he first tells them who he is. That approach stands on shaky ground from the start. Lawful policing doesn't operate on a trade-off, where basic information is withheld until a citizen complies with demands. If officers truly have suspicion, it should be made clear immediately. That's not just good practice, it's the standard required by law. Instead, the exchange is flipped on its head. The message becomes, hand over your identity, and then maybe we'll justify why we stopped you. That isn't transparency, it's coercion dressed up as procedure, and here's the critical point. Reasonable suspicion must exist before a stop takes place. It's not something that can be cobbled together afterward, based on how someone reacts. What we see here isn't a lawful investigation, It's an officer fishing for a reason.
Just because you said that you weren't speaking any English, and then you've just gone into...
Yeah, I forgot my English a minute ago and I came back.
I've only come over to be nosy.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
You're nosy? My name?
Yeah.
What do you want my name as well?
I'm just being polite so I can talk to you with my name.
What's your name?
My name's Ellie.
Ellie, I can see your epilepsy for me.
Yeah, of course you can.
I can see them now. 4923.
Yeah.
You are?
Yes, you.
Who are you?
Ellie.
Millie and Ellie.
Yeah.
Epilepsy?
Nice names, aren't they?
And what's your name?
So, what's going on? Just because I looked at you, you can't be surrounding me like this in the shop. Yeah.
We're looking for somebody who matches your description.
Do they?
Slightly. So we just wanted to check that it wasn't you, and you were staring at us. We wanted to have a conversation to make sure it's not you. That's it.
Right.
Okay? That's all we
So what does that person look like?
Well, he was wearing similar things to you.
Okay, can I have the incident reference number?
No,
Yeah, you have to give me that.
I don't have to give you because it's not involving me at all. So I'm not going to...
But maybe it is. You said somebody looks like me. Maybe that person is me.
I'm not going to give you that information.
You should give me the incident number. I can even request it.
And the difference matters. In the UK, choosing not to provide your personal details is not suspicious. It is a lawful choice. Unless you are lawfully detained, formally reported for an offence, or subject to a specific statutory requirement, you are under no obligation to identify yourself. None of those circumstances were in play here. That's why the auditor's reply, "You've just answered your own question," lands perfectly. When officers openly admit that giving details is voluntary, trying to twist a refusal into grounds for suspicion collapses the very principle of informed consent at its core. This is circular reasoning. You're not breaking the law, but because you won't make our job easier, we'll treat that as suspicious. That isn't reasonable suspicion. It's a misuse of authority dressed up as justification.
You don't need it because it doesn't involve you.
The incident number?
Yeah.
You should give me that.
We've not put your details. You haven't been involved in the situation we're dealing with, so you don't need that information.
Well, you're desperate for my details. This punk over here, he wants them.
Can we have your name?
All right.
That's what
Now, for me to confirm what you're saying is true, I need the incident number.
No, you don't need this number.
So do you want me to ring 191 for this now?
You can ring your 101 all you like, that's absolutely fine.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, as the police, we've asked your name, sorry.
Yeah.
You need to give it to us at this time.
But you said you're looking for
However,
someone.
Yes. Listen,
So
let me
I need
finish.
an incident
Let me
number.
finish. Let me finish.
Yeah.
However, if you don't give the police your details,
Yeah.
as the police, it's
Yeah.
very, it comes across a little bit concerning to us, doesn't it? Because we're like, well, why does he not want to give his details? Why does he not want to give his name? Absolutely don't have to, but then we're going to ask...
You just answered your question. That's silly.
Lands perfectly. When officers openly admit that giving details is voluntary, trying to twist a refusal into grounds for suspicion collapses the very principle of informed consent at its core. This is circular reasoning. You're not breaking the law, but because you won't make our job easier, we'll treat that as suspicious. That isn't reasonable suspicion. It's a misuse of authority dressed up as justification. And when policing starts running on that kind of logic, the law is no longer the standard. The officer's personal tolerance becomes the measure, and that's a dangerous shift. School. The officer then escalates the situation, claiming to detain the auditor under Section 3 of the Criminal Law Act 1967. When pressed on what that actually means, his explanation quickly unravels.
You've asked a question and you answered it, because I don't have to.
I absolutely didn't. Yeah, you didn't
Yeah.
have to. But what I'm saying is, in our opinion...
Is that not a good reason then?
We're going to ask more questions because
Right.
we want to know why you don't want to
Go
give
and
us
ask.
your name. That's what I'm asking. Why do you not want to give us your name? Is there a reason you don't?
But you answered that question already.
I didn't.
Yes, you did.
How have I answered?
Because I don't have to.
So is
So
that the only reason?
because you don't have to.
Well, that's one of the reasons, yeah.
Okay, what's the other reasons? Do you want to tell
Now I need to confirm your story is true later on, so I need the
You
incident
don't
number.
need to confirm that at all.
I need to confirm that you-
telling you that's what we're doing. You don't need to confirm that of anybody. If you want to, you can ring 101. That's fine.
Yeah, but I need the incident number.
Now.
Why can't
Okay,
you know?
we're not going to get off this now. So
Do you have an incident number? So basically you're talking rubbish. Basically you stood over there.
I'm not going to give it to you. You don't need to.
So you stood over there for absolutely no reason. You're trying to get my...
They're doing my job actually. It has nothing to do with
We're looking
you,
for someone.
first of all. Yeah, which has
Okay, if you're looking for someone, you should have an incident number.
Where's your car, mate?
My car?
Yeah.
What do you need in my car?
Well, I just got your car keys there. I was just wondering if you got your car here.
Somewhere, but not here.
Somewhere, but not here. All right. Okay.
Are we done?
Do you know, Laura? Do you know?
I don't. Honestly, I've answered to that question. I don't have to answer the question, but I'm honestly answering it and truthfully, I don't know.
Do you want to come and have a chat by the police car?
Yeah, yeah.
Keep recording.
Yeah.
And everything. So, the thing is, under the Section 3 Criminal Law Act,
Yeah.
we use force, basically.
Yeah, go on.
to detain people if we think that they're
Section 3, what does that cover?
Law Act, to see if anyone that we believe that is unlawfully at large. So any person.
Oh, you think I'm that person that you're looking for?
Potentially. So at the moment,
Yeah.
you are.
I'm being detained.
And then if you just put our cameras are recording.
Yeah.
Okay. I just need to see if you've got any ID and everything else. And then if you're not that person,
I am not that person.
well, I can't take your word for it, can I? Because that's what someone who would.
You need just check with your. Check with base or something and I get more description because I am not that person.
Will treat that as suspicious. That isn't reasonable suspicion, it's a misuse of authority dressed up as justification. And when policing starts running on that kind of logic, the law is no longer the standard. The officer's personal tolerance becomes the measure, and that's a dangerous shift.
So
What makes you think I am that
We
person?
just need to make sure you're not, okay? That's what we're doing our job. We have to do it.
Yeah.
It would have been a lot easier and smooth if you just said, "This is my details, my name, here's some ID," and we could.
I can't do that because I have right to privacy.
Yeah, you do have right to privacy.
So I can't do that.
Absolutely. And that's why we didn't have to detain you from the beginning. We didn't have to obtain that information.
Because I looked at you.
No. So, but the whole behaviour was very suspicious.
The officer then escalates the situation, claiming to detain the auditor under Section 3 of the Criminal Law Act 1967. When pressed on what that actually means, his explanation quickly unravels. In plain terms, he says, "It's so we can check if you're unlawfully at large. Basically, we just want your ID to make sure you're not the person we're looking for." But here's the problem. That's not what Section 3 was written for. The law is very specific. Section 3 doesn't create a standalone power to detain. It allows the use of reasonable force only in two situations: preventing a crime or carrying out a lawful arrest. Nothing more. IT cannot be stretched into a catch-all tool for holding someone just to see who they are. For a detention to be lawful, officers must have reasonable grounds to believe that the person is committing, has committed, or is about to commit an offence. And those grounds must be rooted in objective facts, not in vague impressions or the simple refusal to hand over ID. What we see here isn't the law being applied properly, it's legislation being bent out of shape to justify overreach. That shift is dangerous, because once powers are misused in this way, they stop being safeguards and start becoming weapons of convenience.